Okay, we're going to talk about why the Democrats failed, and I simply am begging y'all to be reasonable. I am talking from a purely logical and strategic standpoint, okay? We're not talking about what was in their hearts and whether or not they meant to fail or whatever. We're not talking about that right now. As much as people like to say that it's not possible for conspiracies to happen or whatever, our entire government is a series of conspiracies that people are working against each other in secret and out in the open. That's just the truth. So if you know the opponent's strategy and you know the pieces on the board, the only thing to do is to take steps to make their next move not possible. The Supreme Court is the highest law in the land, period. So everything that could be done to protect them from getting a complete majority should have been done. That means making sure that an older Supreme Court justice stepped down so that you could put in someone newer, younger, and more robust. That means not letting them straight up steal your nomination to the Supreme Court because you were just sure that the next president was going to be one of yours. That means that if you got back the power to nominate people to the Supreme Court or to expand the size of the Supreme Court so they would no longer have a majority, you would do that. If strategically you were trying to prevent the erosion of rights, you would codify them into law in every way that is possible so that it's not possible to just unwrite them with a stroke of a pen. If only for optics, you would reduce support for regimes that were committing obvious, very, very serious war crimes right under all of our noses in full plain view of the world. And even if you didn't mean it, even if you were just lying to get elected, you would promise people something that would actually help their lives materially in serious, serious ways, okay? You would actually give them something to hope for, to believe in, a reason to think that you were going to do something else. You wouldn't be like, well, we've got to be pragmatic, because that's not what gets people out. That's not what gets people hopeful. That's not what gets people moving. So besides the ways that they actively contributed to this consolidation of state power, they also did not do everything they could have to prevent a further consolidation of state power. And that is a failure as a group. That is a strategic, logical failure. And that's why people are rightfully completely disappointed in them, whatever else you think about them. That's just true. And now, unfortunately, it is too late. The genie cannot be put back in the bottle at this point. So they failed. Past tense, not are failing, not could fail. They have failed because we are now in the government that we're in. There are no parties or mechanisms of government that are actually going to get us to where we need to go from here on in. And unlike some of my contemporaries, I don't believe we should ignore those levers. I just think we shouldn't put any time or energy or money into them. I think we should just show up, do it right quick, and then go back to doing the actual work.